Hello, hello. Welcome. Happy Monday, guys. Let's do this. I think we're ready. I think we're ready, and we got a few challenges already. Let me close this, and we're good to go. All right. So I'm going to, as always, start from the top. Just accept my first challenge, 10-0. Now, 10-0, I don't mind it. If you want to do 10-3 or something like that, that way we have the increment, even better. But let's do it. Okay, I think we're good to go. Let me just make sure. And I got my first move in. Let me get comfortable. Hey, where's the chat? Right here. Hello, hello. Richard, what's going on, man? Happy Monday. Yes, everything is okay. Everything is perfect. Let me keep doing. I've been using this setup lately, and it's going well. Hello, long time no see, I think. All right, let me see. I think I'm a little bit weird here. Good. This should be okay. We don't need you so close. Perfect. Yeah, I had to rearrange my setup, and still getting used to it. Okay. All right, pretty good. Hello, Mr. Roberto. Today I'm going to pay attention to how many moves the games last. If we get any 32 mover, then we gotta do something about it. Thank you, Portugal. I visited you last year, I think. Had a great time. All right, I keep on going. Knight b to d2, nothing special. Hey, I can teach anything, dancing, anything. So just for the right price. All right, c4, interesting. Where's my keyboard? Well, we'll get it. Okay, I like c4. Someone asked me before we went live, oh, can you play the do finquero, more like the collie and so on? And I think I'm gonna go that way, even though c4 seems to be okay here. Hello, hello. Well, I call it the lazy Catalan. It's also known as the pseudo Catalan because you don't play c4 from the start. Like the classical Catalan, you play c4 in the second move, like Queen's Gambit. And then from Queen's Gambit decline, you get into the Catalan. But I don't want to learn all of the Queen's Gambit accepted and all of that craziness. So I delay it for when I'm ready to take it back with the knight. And again, it's just me being lazy. All right, let me play b3 and then I could do bishop b2. I just want to develop and keep it simple. I'm doing great. How are you? Oh, the cha-cha-cha is coming. Cha-cha-cha is real. All right, so nothing special, just getting my pieces to where they belong, and then we play chess. Hey, that's what I say, but many people might disagree. That's not a monkey. What do you mean monkey? Are you calling me a monkey? All right, I really want to play e4. I like the e4 push, but this bishop is making it difficult. So we just go after that bishop. Hello, John. Yeah, I'm not even going to wait. Now I play e4. That's it. Knight takes, bishop takes. Notice that they could gain a tempo there with the knight, but I don't care. If the positions are sharp, every single move counts, every tempo counts, If they're like this, more quiet, it doesn't really matter. All I care about is that I kept the pair of bishops. I got good control with the center, and now we have a long game to go, a long way to go. And let's see if our opponent can keep up with these little positional advantages. All right, man. Happy to help. Happy to help. Now we gotta continue. We're still doing the training plan that Roberto and Omar are following. Every week, I upload your weekly training. We review it. So that's a good way to continue from the playlist. All right, Rook C1 seems natural on the same file as the queen. D5 is gonna be one of those moves that is always gonna be in the air. Yeah, why not? Just natural moves. No, I like it too. I like it too. I like it too. And it likes you too. Nah, it's nice. It's a nice one. Okay, just improving my queen, getting away from this file. Like, I like to have my rook on the same file as their queen, but I don't like to have my queen on the same file as their rook. Hey, if you ask for it, we're gonna have it. Absolutely. By the way, guys, let me know if you can hear me well, the audio. Let me know if the music is not that distracting. The board. I think I got it right this time, but you never know. Okay, so let me just make sure I'm not missing anything here. Nope. All right, I'm assuming they want to double up on the D file, and it makes perfect sense. So D5, pawn takes, knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes, not good enough. Now if rook f to d1, d5, pawn takes, knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes. Nope, never good. All right. You know, I'm gonna bring it back onto YouTube. I had it on YouTube for you guys to have access to it, but I took it down. Now I have to bring it back up. Thank you. All right. Happy to help as always. Now, is it time to play d5? I really want to make it work. Cha. It's gonna be more. It's gonna be drawish. At least the line that I'm looking into is gonna be a drawish line. Yeah, time to calculate. I know. Time to calculate. Cha. I mean, I can always just play, like if I'm playing in a tournament game, I'll be like, okay, this is a move that maintains the position, logical, but let me look into d5. I'm gonna give myself, I don't know, this amount of time. If when the time is up, I don't have it, I don't like it, I don't have anything concrete, then I just play rook d2. Hello. Bishop on h3 before d5. That's actually a pretty interesting line. That's actually a very interesting line. We're gonna check it out after, see if that's the move. And that's something that, you know, we tend to forget about. That bishop going to h3, going sometimes to f1. Let's go with d5. Welcome back. Now this, I'm not happy with it. I gave the pair of bishops. Opposite color bishops tend to be drawish. But let's say in the middle game with the major pieces on the board, whoever manages to create an attack should have the advantage with opposite color bishops. Ah, there you go. There you go. We're on the same page. Well, glad to hear. Glad to hear. Yeah, let's try to keep it, guys, 10-minute games, or we could do 10 with 3-second increment, right? Send anything you like. Hey, the more the better. The more the better. Um, not such a thing as too much time. The more you can put in, the better. Back when I first started getting into chess, I've always said that I was like 12, 13. I had all the time in the world, and I would put around 4 hours a day. You know, I would go to the chess academy, and then we would play blitz for a couple hours or more. So at the end, it was like 3-4 hours a day, every single day. Not every single day, from Monday through Friday. Sometimes on Saturday, sometimes they would do like a blitz tournament, and then we'll go there and play more blitz. So yeah, just consistency. I think it's not like, it's just a matter of consistency, but definitely a couple hours sounds good. If you could do only one each, that's good too. Just be consistent and make sure that you're working on what you're supposed to be working. Roberto, for you, anything. Ooh, that was a nice move. Without my queen defending here, my pawn is gonna be pinned. Huh. Oh, but I think I'm gonna get off the hook. I could do queen takes, bishop takes, then rook e1 hitting the bishop. When the bishop leaves, I take on c6. Or queen takes, bishop takes, rook e1. Just getting off the pin, right? And that bishop could be like, well, I don't want to just go back to being passive. What if I move out the way by hitting you? Well, I could go rook c2, bishop moves, then I take on c6. So that's what I like so far. What else could I do? What else could I do? Of course, this looks bad, but I gotta look into it. I dropped the queen, doesn't make any sense. How about take and then d6? Nah. All right, I'm gonna take this. I know the rook could go to the 7th rank, but do we really care? Bishop c6, rook d2. This pawn is not going anywhere. I don't need to rush. How much time do I have? 2 minutes. Okay, I don't need to rush. This pawn is gonna fall, so maybe I go rook c2. You go rook d2. Okay, so first candidate move is bishop c6. Second one, rook takes c6. And then I got rook c2. Rook c2. I don't like rook d1. I don't like rook d1. No, I don't like rook d1. Taking with the rook. What if they get to the 7th rank? What about it? I just go rook a6, bishop d4. What about it, huh? Bishop c6, Rook d2, rook e8, which I don't need, right? But takes, he takes, rook c7. Rook c6? Come on. Okay, just because Ed said rook c6, I'm gonna play bishop c6. That's it. Whatever Ed says, you do the opposite, you're good. Nah, just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, there's no increment. You're right. You are right about that. You are right about that. There's no increment. There has to be something here. Well, let's see. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Video sound is not good. You mean like the sound of the moves? Can you hear the sound of the moves? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Like, I can fix that easily. Yeah, probably a draw. You're right about that. But look, this is one thing that I want you to understand. It should be a draw, but we both have to know what we're doing for the next few moves. And that's it. If it's a draw, it's a draw. It's like Carlsen was asked by Ashley. I don't know who he was playing against, but he was asked, why didn't you win or something like that? And Carlsen was like, hey, if it doesn't make a mistake, what do you want me to do? But I'm okay with this. We got to play chess. Anything could happen. If it's a draw, it's a draw. All right. I guess we just got to move out the way. Check. Risky business. Okay, we gotta take a risk. With 50 seconds on the clock. Nah, of course not. I hesitated because of this move, but I think I could go rook e4. If I can't, well. For all I know, I'm up a pawn. I think you gotta give me something. It should be a draw, but I'm not the one fighting for it. The king is cut off. I don't think they could checkmate me, so we should be okay. Oh man, don't do this to me. No. Okay, fine. I'll try. I dropped the bishop. That's it. Just trade and that's a draw. All right. Well played by my opponent. And look, this is what I meant. You get to these positions, fine. They should be drawish, but you keep putting pressure. Someone is gonna make a mistake. If you're playing at the elite level, fine. You're playing a computer, fine. But playing people, especially if you're playing the lower sections, many mistakes could be made. So embrace it. Just embrace it. All right. Well done by my opponent. Let me catch up with you here. Audio is fine. Okay, sound is fine. Yeah, okay. All right. Thank you. Oh yes, enjoy it, mister. Yeah, I think we're good. No, look, he kept it simple, and we got to a position that was not complicated. That's it. That's all it takes. Keep chess simple. Now, if you're really good at tactics, or you really enjoy complicated positions, fine. If not, enjoy, embrace these quiet positions. That's it. Now, if you do play like this, I really encourage you to dedicate more time to the end game, because you're going to be getting a lot into these dead, quiet end games. And any piece of information, any technique that you have over your opponent is going to make the difference. All right. I see the chat. All right. Let's go. Let me go to the next opponent. So, guys, again, I'm just going in order here. Let's do it. All right. Let's do it. Hey, tell him to get in line. Tell him to get in line. That's what I'm looking for. If I get the pawn, even if I lose. All right, so we're playing the Austrian attack, and we've talked about c5. In the course, counter blow, we talked about castling. Let's go with that. Knight c6, we talked about the romance between the knight and the bishop. That's it, and we strike the center. Now our job is to make this center unstable. You're right. You feel better, right? Now you're like, yes. Now, hey, look, the truth is you gotta listen to your coach. Okay, we had this already last week. We had this last week. We already talked about this. Why am I going over it again? Was it this position? I think so. Last week we played this. We had d5 knight b4, and I think we had a very good accuracy. It's buffering in stream. All right. So now it has to be knight takes, but we're gonna find out. Or maybe 94. Which one is it? No one told me what to do in the course. No one told me what to do with this. So knight e4, knight d5. Knight d4, cha. Knight d5 cannot be it. It has to be knight e4. Cha. Knight d4. Knight d5, knight d4. Knight d5. Not a big deal. Cha. Okay, let me go knight d5 and we find out. Yeah, that's true. It's pretty straightforward, pretty intuitive. But also the way we react to it, we know the romance, so this makes sense. And if we play the King's Indian defense, we're more than familiar with that discovery on the knight. Look, everyone is going to tell you gotta start. If you're a beginner, first opening, you should start playing open systems that come after. They come out of e4, e5, double king's pawn openings. And the idea is they lead to more tactical positions. And as a beginner, the main thing you need is exposure to tactics. So that's what everyone starts. Most beginners start with the Italian game. Pretty straightforward. It follows all the principles of controlling the center, castling. But I think that's something that was said and passed down from book to book, from generation to generation, and we respect it. But it's not that big a deal. Of course, I don't have any proof. So, but yeah, that's typically what we recommend. And then you just explore the different openings and pick the one you like. That's the way it goes. No, the link, I took it down. I gotta bring it back up and I'll make it public. I'll let you guys know that way you see it. But it's not up anymore. All right, so my opponent is thinking too, so that's a good sign. Always a good sign. On YouTube? Stream is buffering on YouTube. Roberto got you. All right, guys, let me know if this is happening for everyone. If I need to restart, I restart. All right. We wait. All right, YouTube is fine. Perfect. All right, so this is the line that I was a little bit concerned about, but not anymore. Pa, 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 pa. Should I do this or should I do that? Nah, let me do this. Yeah, I don't want to open up this bishop with knight takes knight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Perfect. Yeah, I could have taken probably first. Pawn takes and then I take, but then the bishop is too annoying. So at least with this. This check is thematic. Remember, they pushed the f pawn. If they played the Austrian, we have to keep this, be familiar with this idea. It could come handy in many different positions. Yeah, don't blame. I mean, if you don't want to pay it, don't pay it, but don't blame it on me. I don't think you are. Okay, so why shouldn't I take that pawn? Why shouldn't I take that pawn? Take. Take. I'm gonna take it. Hey, at what point do we know if it's a disease or something like that? Now, in this case, it makes sense, right? I don't think I'm gonna get in trouble. If they play rook b1, I'm gonna take on a2. You can never take on b7. You don't have a lot of pieces attacking me on the king side, especially since this bishop is blocked. Bishop g7, I could always block it. I think we should be okay. But our opponent is gonna prove us wrong. I'm doing great, how are you? Okay, how about we take this one? Cha, cha. I'm gonna take it. Cha, 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 cha. I'm gonna take it. Yeah, look, that's the thing. It always seems safe for me. It always seems safe. I guess we're just really good at justifying our bad decisions. Now I'm up already. You see, thanks to that pawn that I captured, I'm willing to trade everything. You could take here anytime you want. You could trade first. Doesn't matter. I'm happy with this simplification. Plus, taking that pawn leaves them with isolated pawns. Oop, not you. You. All right. I really want to get the second rook for it and play a very interesting game. I don't have to. I don't have to. I could just take the pawn. You take me, I take. I'm fine. Now, do I want... In a tournament game, I wouldn't think about it. Give me the pawn. This is winning. But just to make it interesting, we've talked about two rooks being better than a queen. Cha, 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 cha. Cha. Let's do it. Thank you, thank you. Welcome aboard, and let's make this game worth it. What do you mean? You know, you're rarely gonna see it recommended for beginners. For me, I picked it mainly because I like the Pierce defense against e4. So when I saw I could play the same thing against d4 and anything else, I'm like, yeah, this is mine. This is what I want. This is what I really, really want. Okay, bishop e6, queen c3. I go back to safety. You take my pawn, I take your pawn, you take on b7, and then I push. Or I could just play c6. Keep it safe. Cha-cha. Then I go back. Yeah, there's no rush, but this is really attractive. Cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha. And then we push. Again, we don't need to take so many risks, but let's do it. Let's make it fun. Bum, 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 bum. Just send an email. Just send me an email. You're gonna see, if you go to my channel, you're gonna go to about or contact, and you'll see the email address. Yeah, okay, so you don't want that. So my opponent doesn't want that line, and I understand. So now we go c6. Hey, style, that's his style, and definitely it's difficult to play against a player like that. That's why whenever you have an opponent that has that style, the best thing you could do, or what I like to do, is try to get into positions that are not that complicated. Just keep it solid, quiet, and get him out of their elements. All right. You got it, you got it. All right. Cha-cha-cha. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but we gotta do what we gotta do. It depends. You gotta look at the stock market. It goes with that. Every day the market is different. You know how it goes. All right, rooks are gonna get activated now. We gotta prove the two rooks are better than the queen. We had lesson 66, I want to say, on it, and the main takeaway from that lesson is, if the rooks are coordinated, they should be better than the queen. But again, we gotta prove it. Now remember, open systems. We say open systems talking about any opening that comes out of e4, e5. That's what open systems are about. Norm, okay, to get a norm, you have to go to a tournament that qualifies for norms, and then you gotta do a certain performance depending on who you play against, right? So they're gonna tell you, okay, if you play these 9 people, this is the average rating, you should do this amount of points to get a norm, and then probably you gotta do 6 out of 9 or 5 or 7. So that's what the norm is about. You know, I cannot say. He's here in the chat, but I cannot say. Yeah, I don't know. I've been destroyed by lower rated opponents, so I don't take it for granted anymore. Times have changed, my friend. Yeah, that's a pretty nice move that they played. Can I play a6? 6? do it. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. Age from for the guy who lives behind me. Nah, nah, nah. Never been. Never been. I didn't even think I was gonna be playing. I didn't even think I was gonna be involved in chess at this point in my life. But like I always say, life is crazy. And now definitely not going for GM. I'm trying to play more tournaments to enjoy it, and we'll see where it takes us. Okay, the move that I'm concerned about is Queen C7. Of course, Rook A7 runs into Queen B8. So this is when the queen gets annoying, when we give him targets. And that's what they have created. Now Rook C8, Bishop B7, how bad is that? What if we just go here, Queen C7. Check, check. What if I just go check, check, and we take? No, I can't. Cha, 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 cha. Okay, let me go here. I always have, it's time for me, at least my rooks are coordinated, and more importantly, all of my pieces are defended. I don't have a hanging bishop. I don't have a hanging rook, so that's what really matters. The queen is looking for hanging things to capture. I gotta be careful not to drop these pawns, because then this is gonna be a nightmare. How about this move? Okay, we gotta play that check. And then check. Okay, now this is dangerous. Two rook and a bishop against that king. It cannot be right for them. It cannot be good for them. Rook G1 has to be good. It has to be good. Now, Queen B8, King G7, Queen E5. Okay, let's give it a try. All right, if I go for the pawn, I'm okay. This is the one that I was a little bit concerned. Oh, man, nice. That was a nice move they played there. That was a nice move. Okay. I don't know. That king cannot be happy there. Okay, cannot be happy. This has to be winning already, but this would be mate. So h6 g5 should be mate. Can you stop it? Probably with h4. Yeah. Okay, rook d4. All right, think about this. Think about this. G5, king takes. Do we get anything out of that? H6, you go back to where you came from. Okay, rook d4, bishop e4, g5, king takes. Nope. There's no easy checkmate here. I mean, this should be winning, but what's the easiest? What's the best? No, I don't have time to do this because then they have bishop f3. So let me go with this. Ah, that was a good one. That was a good one. G5 and then rook d4 and h6 is unstoppable. All right, I guess. Yeah. I guess. All right, guys, let me go here quickly to the beginning of the game. Let me actually go to. So I want to see if after d5. Okay, look at this. Knight d4 is the best move. Knight b4, not so happy about it. Okay, so knight d4. Let me see. This. Knight b5. Oof, they're like take the knight, take the pawn. And then, oh, we have the same tactic anyways. And then if they go knight e2, knight g4, we're opening up the bishop anyways. Queen h4 is coming in. Yeah, this is pretty annoying. This is pretty annoying. If c3, then bishop h6. All right, and if we go knight d4, knight e5, knight d5, knight d4, I guess they don't care. All right, there you go. Now here we are slightly better, but nothing. Okay, taking the pawn. Yeah, there you go. Taking the pawn is the best move, so I don't feel so bad about that. Taking the rook. Oh, look at that. Taking the rook was the way to go as well. Queen a2. What's going on with queen a2? What? Oh, no, wait. I played... What was my theory here? Oh, no, it was later. Queen a2 was considered later. Okay, so that was a better move as opposed to taking the rook. Yeah, okay. I was trying to make it fun and I almost didn't make it. All right. All right, guys, let's do this. Let me go to my next opponent. I got 10-3. There's increment. Let's do it. Okay, so you wanted, I think you said Kali, right? Let's do it. Hello, hello. All right, I'll try to get the Kali in. Let's do it. Kali against anything they play. You got it, you got it. Bishop d3 or maybe not yet. Nah, let me go. Yeah, let me do it. Why not? Now here you could take with the queen and, you know, just improve the queen. If they ever go to e4, you could play knight b to d2, but I really like this idea of taking with the c pawn. More control with the center. Eventually you could play e4. Thank you, thank you. That was a really good game. That was a really good game. I almost didn't make it, but you got a long time and then that's it. Knight c3 is rare in the Kali, but interesting. All right, let's keep it in Kali. I wanted to play bishop a3, but let's keep it simple. Hello, hello, flamboyant chess. Wait. What do you mean? What do you mean? We've had an entire course on YouTube for free, and we have lots of lessons on strategy. And by the way, everything that is already on YouTube is more than I ever knew about strategy and positional chess. So that's it. Or do you mean the strategy of the Kali? Whatever you have time for, just whatever time you have, you're busy, fine. Let's say you get an hour a day, depending where you're at. If you're a complete beginner, intermediate, but just make sure that you're hitting both, playing games and training a little bit consistently. It doesn't matter if you play 1 or 2 games a day. That's okay. As long as you review them after, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, this seems like they want to go and attack us, but I'm gonna put pressure in the center right away. No, I have. We're expecting our second child in a couple months, so no, it's gonna be busy year. Maybe I don't know, September, October, but no, nothing planned. Now they plan. Now we're just getting ready for that. That's what I've done all my life. Gracias, Jose. Gracias. Saludos. Been there, when first time we went to Greece. Okay, this is a fork. We went there for a month, and when the taxi picked us up for the airport, he's like, "How long are you gonna be here?" We're like, "Oh, just for a month." And he's like, "Why? Why are you gonna?" Because we went to Athens, so he's like, "Why are you gonna be here for a month? That's too much time." And then we stayed in probably the worst area we could have stayed in Athens, and it was fun. It was a fun experience. All right, I guess this is my opponent trying to create something. They already lost the piece. Should I attack you or should I just get the piece? I'm gonna take the piece. Yeah, that e4 e5. A lot of people miss it, but I guess we got lucky. Okay, now I really want to do this. Let's do it. I liked it a lot. My wife didn't like it that much, but I liked it a lot. Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Yeah, it was a great experience. He's great. Yeah, that's, I guess, because I haven't played a lot of games here in Lichess, so they're still trying to figure out my rating. Or maybe because I need a certain amount of games before it becomes official. Good morning. What's going on? Yep, that's what I said. That's what I've used from the first moment I started playing. That's what I've used. Pierce defense, Kinsinian defense, and you always have elite players using it. Grischuk plays it. Carlsen played it in the Olympic Games, I think, repeatedly. So definitely. Okay, I want to play 95. Why do I feel like this is taking? Yeah, that's it. I have, sorry to send you back to this YouTube channel, but I think lessons 30, 31, 32, we start talking about those openings, right? The Fortnites, did we talk about the Rui Lopez? But I have to tell you, I skipped that. I never had that. I never played the Italian game. I started late. Maybe that's why. I wonder if this move makes sense. All I want, all I want is that pawn. If I get a pawn, I'm already happy. Yeah, exactly. It's part of the game. It is what it is. Go to the beginning of the YouTube channel. Every lessons are numbered from beginning to end, how the pieces move all the way up. Keep it, follow it, do your tactics, play your games, and put in the time. Center, let me see. Well, truth is, no one cares about the center because we're up a piece. We're already up a piece. Centers is not big a deal. But yeah, double isolated pawns are typically not good in general. I like it because it's controlling all of these key squares. It's giving me support to the knight. As long as I maintain the pressure, they won't have time to punish me for it. But again, being up a piece, all of that is secondary. Secondary. Okay. This has to be the move. Everyone going to the discotheque. Yes, already working on an opening for white. Should be coming out in April, May. Yeah, no, hey. Probably. Actually, not probably. Now that you said it, makes sense. It does make sense. I'm just so focused on getting on getting that pawn, but we'll see. No, in general, in general, when it comes to the rule of simplification, I like to use it when I'm ahead in material. I just simplify to go to an endgame that is much easier. Also to remove any counterplay from my opponent. Or if I'm being attacked, I want to simplify. The less amount of attackers, the less effective the attack will be. Yep, coming out in April, maybe May. Absolutely. True. I think no one looks comfortable here. Yeah, this is too much. They cannot play f6. This knight is too late to come in, and bishop g5 is coming. It's too many pieces. My opponent left the king in the center. I mean, the first mistake was the fork. That's it. No one comes back from that. It's very difficult. And on top of that, king in the center, I have so many pieces to attack. And that's also another point that I think I don't mention it enough. If you're up a piece, you could simplify to go to an endgame, very easy endgame, or you could attack because you have an extra piece. Yeah. Yeah, now the bishop is in as well. No, it's already decided. It's not the Jobaba. Well, maybe part of it. Good game to my opponent, by the way. Good game to my opponent. Maybe one thing you could do among many other things is next game, let's go to Tokyo Airport. Oof, there's a song that I have in my playlist with that name. Tokyo Airport. That's one of my places that I really have to go. Tokyo. All right. I don't have to go, but I want to go. All right, so we played the Kali, we played d4. Let me play e4. No, I was going to say, definitely playing more over the board, training with a physical chessboard might help with that. But you also have to know, it's a different story. I always tell my students, until you play a real over the board tournament, you're not playing chess yet. That's a real story. And I actually had one of my students recently. He went to a tournament in Colorado, and he came back to me and he's like, "Yeah, you're right. This is a different story. This is a different story." Definitely, if we get black and they play d4, or actually if I play black and they don't play e4, we get into the King's Indian. Happy to do it. All right, next one, the Kia. All right, so let me give what I gave Roberto over the board. I posted a video recently playing in person against Roberto, and I gave him this bishop c4. Well, that means you need to push through. Whenever you feel uncomfortable, nervous, just push through. All right. Look, the truth about coaching is it's always useful. It's always good to have someone who has done what you want to do, who has worked with people for a for a long period of time. Because even from a beginner, there are tips and things that are gonna be that are proven to be easier or faster or more effective. And basically, a coach is just gonna save you time. Make no mistake, you don't need a coach if you're willing to put in the time and do the research and finally and identify what you need to work on at what point and so on. But not only in chess, anything, if you have someone to guide you, you're gonna save so much time. But yeah, I think it comes down to that. Today, I think the main challenge you have is finding the right person or the right material. There's so much information, but you gotta find the right one. But if you can grab a coach as early, the earlier you do it, the better. The better. Now, is it worth it? Like typically, you have to pay for it. Is it worth it? That's a different question. But if money is not an issue, or if you can find someone you can afford, definitely. And by the way, you don't have to find a super coach or super experienced. Just someone who is a little bit ahead of you. That's gonna be useful. Hello, hello. What's going on? Not only that, to make you uncomfortable every time you hit it. Cha cha cha. All right, I'm just gonna keep it like this. Hey, I found a glitch in the system, but please don't tell anyone, okay? Because that's the thing. I get these glitches, I get my title, and then people start saying it. Just keep it here. But yeah, I just found the glitch, and that's it. Let me be happy. All right. So far, nothing out of the ordinary. After this c5, it looks like we're playing a Sicilian defense. Dragon variation. Yeah, all of this is thematic. I think I'm just gonna castle. There you go. There you go. And that's true. You know, you don't have to go over the board just to play rated tournaments. You could just play and have a few games for fun, and you get you adjust to playing over the board, and you learn chess in general. I wonder if this move. I remember Bobby Fischer playing this, and it worked out for him. Could we do it? Nah. Cha cha cha. We're not even close. Hey, thank you for the game, and absolutely. Exactly, yeah. I played it. No, you're right. I haven't played a lot of Sicilians here online. Let's do it. Next game. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, let me know. And glad to hear that you're enjoying it. All right, guys. I don't know if my opponent is comfortable here or not, but we definitely are. I'm just trying to keep it simple. I know my bishop has to go to b3. If they play b5 or not, yeah. Here, even better, because they didn't play b5, gaining more space. So now my bishop is 2 squares away from the knight, and that's always good. We've talked about that. We control that knight. They have to be careful with this. Now, Dragons players, they want to play d5. That's a fact. Now, I could take or I could advance. I don't want to maintain the tension because then they take me. No, I don't think so. So, pawn takes, knight takes, knight takes, knight takes. If bishop takes, queen takes, not good. E5, knight moves, f4. There's even e5, e6, so let's go. My pleasure. There you go. I tried. I looked for it, but definitely not. Yes, that's it. That's a very nice milestone. Now try to put in more time into the end game. That's gonna help you reach that 1800. But little by little, little by little. E6 doesn't really make sense, does it? No, let's go F4. I could always play F5 as well at the right time. But this is looking good. It feels good. Well, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. What's going on there? No, look, I haven't said what it is because I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it. I don't know if Chessable wants me to say it yet. They have a list of courses coming up in the year and they listed there. So I don't know. I haven't even asked. Probably they don't care, but just being careful with that. But just know it's going to be a system that works against anything, easy to implement, probably the same amount of trainable lines that we had in Counterblow, and probably the same structure. We'll see. We'll see. Richard. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I hope. Yeah, definitely that doesn't meet any of the criteria I just said. All right. D6. I'm thinking if I could play C3, Bishop C2, F5, even G4, F5 would be interesting, but no need to go like crazy yet. Not yet. F5. How about A5, A4? All right, so that's a big jump. That's a big jump. Definitely it helped, but it's definitely something you're doing. That's middle game and end game. 1800 through 2100, that's a huge jump. All right, I'm gonna take you, get the rook to the open file, simple chess. Now, for all I know, my pieces are better than their pieces. Look at my queen compared to their queen. Look at my knights and bishop compared to their knights and bishops. This has to be better for us. Can we prove it? Can we convert? That's a different story. And honestly, I don't see an easy way for them to improve their pieces, at least not quickly. All right, but don't ignore the rest. What I would rather do is I'll go through it. It's not that long entirely. Then if you want, after you reviewed it entirely, you come back and focus on the chapters that you want, but definitely develop a feeling for it. Oh, is the master class? Okay, wait. Thank you. Yeah, you probably saw the master class live because I don't know if it's already the recording. I don't know if it's already up. Hey, okay, he's gonna answer, but always remember, guys, that one thing I like about Chessable is that if you don't like it, like if you buy it, any course, and you don't like it, you can return it and they send the money back. That's it. What to do? I don't think I care about the queen side. But how much do I care about the king side? What to do? Let's go. Like Roberto has been implementing lately, if you split the board in half, we already have, we have to be playing there. We have more space, we have a lot of pieces there. The knight is already helping us. Okay, you come into d5. I guess you come into d5. Wait a second. I think I had a tactic before and I just saw it. Cha-cha. Oh, no, no, no. Almost. God. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Just believe it. This is amazing. Cha, 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 cha. Cha, cha, cha. Cha. Tactics, 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 tactics. Cha, cha, cha. Cha. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm. Does it hang? Because B2 hangs. Yeah, I guess you got a point. Oh man, it almost worked. It almost worked. It almost worked. Yeah, so I was trying to make this work, like lift the knight somewhere, and then bishop b6, queen b4, bishop c5. Oh, you're right. Always b2 is in the air. Yeah. Fine, okay. Let's take you. All right. I don't want to drop the pawn, but also trying to help these guys advance. Yeah, that was my initial plan, to play h4, h5. Right now I had to defend g4 first. But definitely, I want to go crazy on the king side and see what happens. There's some ideas with rook d2, rook to the king side. We'll see. You know, for me, the longer, the better. Like when I play classical games, if they give me 2 hours, I'm even happier. But I understand, for fun, it's not practical. But yeah, for me, the more time you give me, the better. I'm really bad under time pressure. All right, can I just play f5? I'm not gonna ask, I'm just gonna do it. So yeah, g3, like I could have defended the g4 pawn in many different ways. I chose queen g3 because it also defends e5 when I play f5. Definitely. Okay, this cannot be, it just cannot be good. What are you gonna do now? Move away? No. It just cannot be good. Particularly because your queen is completely out of the picture. Completely out of the picture. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. You know, either that or a simple repertoire, e4 repertoire would be a good one. Definitely. If anything, one for white, one for black. That's it. As a beginner, you're wasting your time if you're learning too much opening, because you could have a beautiful opening, get to move number 15 with a great possession, probably even significant advantage. If your middle game is not developed properly, you're gonna mess it up. You're going to mess that up. All right. They don't care about f6 because they have rook g8, pawn takes, rook takes, and I'm pinned. That's a good point. Is that a good point? f6, you go here. I take, you take. I don't have to play f6. I really don't. All right, what to do? I have the idea of just moving the king out of the way first. I don't have to prove anything. I have to be way better here. But f6 is so difficult to let go. I move out the way. Nope. I take. Bishop g5. No, cannot be good. What if I did this? Let me get out the way. I gotta be careful with this diagonal. I don't have a light square bishop, and they do. But as long as my knight is here, blocking the pawn, I should be okay. Let's see. Yeah, I know, but if I go after all of that bishop g5, they start putting pressure on you. So that's definitely not something I want. Definitely not something I want. What to do? You know, the answer is no, and the reason being is I never read an entire endgame book. All the endgame I've ever known is what's there. It's what's there already. There's a playlist with the endgames, and to me that's more than enough. Anything else is information that you're probably gonna forget very quickly. I'd rather have to spend that time in middle game, but that's my experience. Maybe later in the course, way later, we're at a point that we're like, you know what, let's do it. But right now, I don't think so. I think we have to be careful with what we pick, the information that we try to digest. All of those endgames, bishop versus knight and 2 pawns versus 1 pawn, it's cool, it's good, and especially for calculation and so on. And you always learn something, but I don't know. What's the move? Queen f4 is the top move for me, so I'm going to give it a few more seconds, and if I don't find anything good, queen f4 it is. But what if I just go rook g1, right? I don't think I can go wrong with that. Let me keep it simple. Queen f4. Hello, Mary Lee. How are you? Yeah, queen h4 is interesting, but then what if they take on e5, right? Now, the main thing that I try to remember in these positions is you have a good position, you have to be better, don't risk anything. I don't need to prove anything. I just need to maintain my position. Now they're the one with pressure, they have to get out of this uncomfortable situation. And typically in doing so, they take drastic measures and they create weaknesses. So I'm just carefully adding more pressure, maybe rook d2, rook g2, rook g1, f6 and e6. Now they have to consider all of these. I don't even think I should play it, but they have to be every single variation considered my e6, my f6, and that's time that they have to spend, energy that they have to spend. It's like Lasker used to say, it's not about finding the best move, but the move that is more uncomfortable to your opponents. Okay, speaking of e6, cha-cha, you gotta move. Maybe we go down that route. Let's do it. And the best thing, again, is that the queen is out of the picture. Their queen is just completely out. And if we split the board in half once more, we got 1, 2, 3, 3 pieces. They have 2 defenders, 3 attackers. They have 3 defenders. This knight is really close. And now we got the pawn. All right. What about this move? Cha 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 cha. Cha. I don't think we're ready. That's it. Now we got 4 pieces versus 3. Always one more attacker. That's a good idea. Gotta be careful with this. Very careful with that. Very careful with that. Okay, we got time. Think. Think. Check. It'll be nice. 97 is so nice. So nice. Am I getting too fancy? Probably. Hey. Still, let's wait. Let's not get so excited here. Like, just trying to pay attention to my opponent's counterplay. I don't think it's a big deal, but it feels good. Yeah, okay. We chop you off. Takes. How about e7? Is it time to do it? Maybe not yet. Ay. You. Cha. Hey. I think I got a tactic here. Cha. No, almost. Brr, I almost got a tactic. I almost have a tactic here. I wanted to just go queen f8. No, I knew you could do it. I considered that one. I almost went queen f8 right away, but it didn't work. No, queen f8. I wanted queen f8 to work, and it almost worked, but I didn't have time to continue to calculate. Now, I took here first to open up d5. I just wanted to make sure my opponent didn't have any counterplay. No checks, no nothing. 32 moves? No, already 34 moves, Roberto. It's not gonna happen. Hello. All right, so look, what I wanted to do right here, I wanted to play this move, and then, okay, let me go to the, hey, where's my analysis? Oh, right here. So I wanted to play queen f8, rook takes, maybe e7 now, because they don't have this check. Oh, but they have queen e5. So I was thinking this, but they have king f7. Oh, rook d8, they have queen e1. Now, I don't have time. Fancy, but it doesn't work. They even have, like, if the king were on h8, fine, because even if they did this, I could play check followed by queen e8. I wanted to get fancy, but no. Thank you. That was a really good game. All right. Other than that, yeah, everything quiet. We just started to attack on the king side, and my opponent just made I think this cannot be right. Let me see. Oh yeah, look, it was the best move actually. G takes f5. Still winning. I mean, losing by 3.3. I guess the mistake was 95. What was the mistake? No, you're playing the best move after the best move. 95 is the best move too. E takes d5. Queen g3. Was queen g3 a move? Yeah, second best move. Not bad. Okay, bishop d7 was the huge. Yeah. So rook e8. Bring the queen back. And pawn f5. That's bold. But bishop d7 seems so natural, but I guess after f5, that's it. f5 is the only move now that gives you 3.5. That's it. It's just too much. All right, we got lucky on that one. Good game to my opponent. Next one. Let's do it. Okay, I think you said you wanted... What do you want? You wanted... Let's play c4. It is uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable indeed. By calculating, and I'm not even kidding, you have to calculate. Do exercises for calculation, and typically you do your tactics. One thing I like to do is, I had that issue recently, and I saw huge improvement in my over the board tournaments by just solving mates in X. So mate in 5, mate in 6, mate in 7, mate in 8, mate in 9. That way you calculate. Also, as you're training, any kind of training, try to not move the pieces. Just do everything in your head. And it might seem uncomfortable at first, but the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. On YouTube. We're on YouTube. That's what I've done all my life. Maybe when you get to the elite level, it's not as effective, but for me, it's done the trick. I will have done it. I like b3 actually. I like b3. I was aiming for that right now, but then I changed my mind last minute. But the next one, definitely. What to do. Yep, that one I like as well. Happy to do it. All right, let me play b3. I got to 2308 USCF just with playing Pierce defense as black and Kinsinian defense, so that combo. And as white, I started to play the Kinsinian attack. That's it. One system against the world, and let's play chess. Okay, I really want to get this done. Not that easy, I guess. Yeah, let me go bishop b2, keeping it simple. I'm just going in order. Whoever is next, I accept it, and that's it. Yeah, well, something about that. I'm working on a course for white. It's coming out in a couple months. But I honestly like the idea of you trying. Like, I had this student of mine. His mom came to me because he wanted to be the national champion of his country, right? And we worked on everything. One of the things that we did is he started to play the Pierce defense. Not because I told him to. Like, I don't like to be like, hey, you got to play this. But he would see me play it and he wanted to play it. So he played that. And then forever, he had been playing the London system. And then the prior coach that he had, he was telling his mom, hey, he shouldn't be playing the King's Indian defense or the Pierce defense because it's not compatible with it's not compatible with the London system. They're like opposites. But then my argument was, if you're playing one position type as white and one as black, they're different, so that gives you the whole thing. You get exposure to both, and it will make you more a better player in general. So that's how we did. He went back to his country and he became the national champion. Of course, scholastic, but of course it did solve the problem. Get out of here. Yes. So yeah, to your point, I don't think you should find something exactly the same. Just find a system. That's what I like, because you don't have to memorize that much. But it could be completely different. Actually, what I'm preparing now for white is completely different. It's more fun, I think. But we'll see. We'll see. No. Look, there's no question about that. Beginners, it's tactics. That's it. Look, this same kid that I'm telling you about, David, he was so talented, so talented, and his tactics were so sharp. But guess what? When we first started working together, he didn't even know that he was supposed to, on opposite castling, he didn't know he was supposed to attack the king before that. Concepts like that, he didn't know. But guess what? He was so good at tactics, and that's what kept him fighting for the first places all the time. All right, so I guess it's time to bring the rook over. Should I take in rook d1? Should I go 94? No, definitely not 94. That's okay. Let him play whatever he wants to play. If he likes it, let him play it. Welcome, Kevin, in the house. I guess. No, the thing is that's any coach who's going to do that. Tactics. And I've said it a million times, but that's what I do. I get a lot with parents. Sometimes I have a parent that wants to learn too, and the kid is working with me, and then we're doing tactics, getting good at tactics. The parent is watching videos and reading, and he knows a lot about strategy, but his tactics are never there, never at the same level. And forget about that. You're never going to catch up. It's not going to happen. All right. Pam, pam, pam. Let me play a3 to play b4 and c5. Yeah. That's the key. No. But keep at it, little by little. All right, so they're playing on the king side. We're playing on the queen side. Let's see how it goes. Woof! There you go. It feels good, huh? Yeah. There's no way around it. There's just no way around it. You got it. Did you play the knight c6, knight a5 plan, or did you just play bishop g4 and knight d4, or none? Yeah, I guess we can do it simultaneous. We could do it on liches. I gotta organize that, definitely. All right. I think I just claimed the d6 square. Now let's see who we send to d6. Maybe the rook, maybe the knight, maybe none. I'm not concerned about this, but hey, anything could happen. Yeah, I know kids like that. I know a few who are on chess.com. These chess are like 25, 2600, not bullet, but blitz, like 3 minute games and so on. But when they sit down to play a classical game, they're not there. They can't. Oh, oh, oh. So sorry. So sorry. No, 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 no. Get back and train, 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 train. Review those games, train and train and train. Definitely good. But look, don't worry too much about that. What matters is that you're dedicating a portion of your training to tactics and you're doing it consistently. You're doing it every week. You're playing your games. When you review the games, if you see that you're reviewing your games and you're missing a specific tactic, maybe you're missing forks, you're missing mates in two, target it and improve it and then go back to doing the 360. For me, it happened at some point. I don't remember when, but I remember I was missing a lot of interference. I'll be like, oh, I missed this beautiful idea. It was an interference. And again and again. One day I sat down and I did lots of them. That's it. Never happened again. And that's something that we have to be aware of. What are the weaknesses that we have? Some patterns come to us easier than others. We just got to be aware of it. All right. I'm okay with this. Going back. Are you getting too fancy? You want to get here. Fine. What if I do G4? Let's play it. Yeah, I was talking to someone. I went to Mirabar Chess Club with Roberto, and I was talking to this guy, excellent person, and he was like, "I'm not playing tournaments anymore until they divide the sections, adults and kids and kids on the other side, because he's a senior, and he says he hates to play with kids, and then the kids defeat him, and then the parents are like, "Can we take a picture?" And he's like, I'm not gonna go anymore because I'm gonna end up punching one of these kids. So yeah, it's interesting. Well, I played the King's Indian defense, so Trompowsky was never a problem. Actually, I start after d4. I played g6 to avoid the knight f6, bishop g5, and that's how I got away from it. With that said, I have prepared from some of my students just d4, knight f6, bishop g5, and d5. That's it. Yeah, but Corrales is going to destroy you regardless of what you play. He's really, really strong. All right, let's see. If this pawn is gone, we take on e4. And that's what I want. I just want to make this disappear. That's the support they want. Bum, 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 bum. Cha cha. Cha 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 cha. How much time do I have? 4 minutes. Okay. So I have the option to cha cha. Cha cha. Cha Gotcha. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-mm-mm. No, I can't. I can't. I almost can, but I can't. Okay. So bishop a1 is always okay. We should be okay. We should be okay. Yeah, let's go with that. I wanted to make pawn takes work. Knight takes, rook takes, queen takes, pawn takes, bishop c3. And I don't know queen h5, I don't know bishop e4, I don't know e7. So let me keep it simple. But I looked into it. It doesn't work. I go back to the move that I knew was good enough. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for the feedback. The best thing you could do is ignore it. Just if you're doing this to improve and you come across someone using an engine, it's great practice for you. Oh, fine. I got destroyed. What could I have improved? That's it. Not a big deal. Now, if you're the kind of person that gets really angry and disappointed and so on, probably don't play online. Play bots or play over the board. Yeah, I know. I know. All right. So where's that knight going? Nobody knows. What's going to happen? What am I missing? Well, I'm taking that pawn. This one is falling. I don't care what you're doing, but this is falling. That's a good question. Look, be honest. Those points, you're going to lose them anyways. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you're really training and you're getting stronger, your rating is gonna follow. We don't know when, but it's gonna follow. So detach yourself from the points. Just do what you're doing to improve. Now, if you're only playing to have fun, if you're only playing for the rating, I get it. We gotta do something about it. But otherwise, just keep it simple, my friend. Okay, this has to be really good for us already, but we gotta prove it. I wanna give myself at least a minute to think about this. Okay, top candidate moves is taking that pawn. 94, 96 is very nice. What are you threatening with this guy? Nothing. Nothing at all. I could always take. Yeah, I could always take. Now, bishop e4 or 94. Bishop e4 is interesting, but no, too much pressure on c3. So 94 should do it. Yeah, still have a few seconds. 94. d3 is hanging. You could go 94. Pawn takes 94. Check. And I'm sorry, but you're not checkmating me there. 94, 94. Pawn takes, pawn takes. No, we're good. Okay. If I had seen this earlier, I would have played bishop takes e4. Oh, is that an in-between move I didn't see? I cannot be. What's the difference here? Wait, think. Think. How much time do I have? Okay, I got that. I gotta take that bishop, that's a fact. Yeah, I have to take that bishop. Let me see something here. Okay, so that's that. Think. Merrily, we do right click. Right click is the arrow, and then if you choose different keys on your keyboard, like control or option, it gives you different color. With that said, 40 seconds. This has to be good. Yes. My pleasure, my friend. Thanks for the feedback. Let's see if I can say the same after this game. I don't know. At least we're putting pressure. And we're up a couple pawns. This is going to be uncomfortable. Is this falling no matter what? Nah, they got to play knight f7. Okay, my opponent is really low on time. Ooh, king went away. It's f6. I want to play it, but I don't know if it's good. That's it. Any good player would take with the knight, keep the pressure to checkmate the king. I just want to simplify. Uh-oh. I just didn't see that one before. Gotta be careful with this. Because they're pinning me now. How bad is that? I think it's pretty bad. I'm gonna have to flag him. Nah, run away. Just run away. Yeah, that was bad. That was really bad. All right, let me catch up with you here. Yeah, this should have been a winning position, but let me see quickly if how bad was my final position. I definitely messed up at some point. Let me see. Oof, that was really bad. Made in 8. Let me see. At this point, where did I mess up? Okay, I'm winning by 4 points, but I have to play queen h6. Oh yeah, of course. I was so afraid of knight f3 that I went queen h5. But the main threat is doubling up. Now let me see, what was the right move here? Take with the knight or take with the queen? None. Queen h6, rook d1, or yeah, taking with the knight. It only makes sense to keep bothering that king. All right, guys, learn from my mistakes. Not proud of this game, but that's how we roll. I didn't win, my opponent lost. Thank you for being here, Anthony. Let me go to my next opponent. I hope I play better. Okay, so here we go. Black pieces. Let's do it. Okay, so you wanted me to play King's Indian defense. I'm going to play knight f6 this time in case they go bishop g5 for you to see the Trompowsky. Now, I always start with either d6 or g6 just to avoid that pressure on my knight. All right. Okay, very good. Very realistic. Now, d5, we played it last time, Grunfeld. Let me stick to the King's Indian defense. Yeah, I think it all comes down to exactly what you said in the second part. The pawn structure. If the position is locked, you want to play on the flanks. Actually, you have to play on the flanks. And then, like I always say, look at the pawn structure. It will tell you where you should attack. If it's aiming at the king side, play on the king side. If it's aiming at the queen side, play on the queen side. There are always exceptions, depending on your pawn, your piece concentration. That might change, but in general, that's it. No, met him in person, but never played him. He's afraid. He's just afraid. Guys, I don't know. I always say try to come here to hopefully learn something from these games, but it's very difficult for me to play everyone. Okay. Yeah, counter blow. We said knight b to d7. No, not the Austrian here. Not the Austrian. That's it. As a beginner, complete beginner, the best you could do is play. The first skill you need to acquire is a good vision of the board. Like if there's a piece hanging on the other side of the board, you can see it, and you get that from playing, and then do a little bit of tactics. As you get better, then that ratio has to change a little bit. But definitely play, 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 play. All right, E5. Definitely, anything that you like, play it. Just make sure that your middle game and end game are under control. Look, I've only read 3. I read them, and that's it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so Queen B3. This is a move I've never seen in my life, and the first question that comes to mind is why? Why is it that no one has played it? Why is it that it's not recommended in the theory? How can I take advantage of it? I think it has to do with the fact that knight c5 is going to be uncomfortable. So now we take, and knight c5 is next. Now, I might be wrong, but regardless, you should review this after. Okay, if I was off, then I learned what I should have done, and next time it happens, well. Now, the other thing is the queen is not defending this guy anymore. So 94, and we get this. Do I want knight c5 first? Queen, let's say c2, 94, knight takes, bishop b4. Okay, I think the tricky thing here is always 94, 94, bishop d4, bishop g5. How much do we hate this? I don't think we hate it. Cha cha cha. Cha cha cha. Cha. Yeah, not a big deal. All right, let me play this one first. Yeah, that's what I've played. I've played knight a6 a lot. Then when I created counter blow, just to make it more consistent, I went for knight b to d7. It doesn't really matter. The knight always lands on c5 anyways. It doesn't matter if you went knight a6 c5 or knight d7 c5. All right, let's do it. I don't know. I have a feeling this is not the way to go, but we'll see. Doesn't matter. Pick whatever you like, and you should be fine. On gambling, be careful. Yeah, my general opinion is stay away from it, but well, I guess the best advice I can give you is never gamble money that you need. If you gamble money that you don't need, like some extra money, don't use your rent or your mortgage money for that. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I like gambling, I have to tell you. I like gambling, but that's exactly why I say stay away from it. Oof, there are a few, but I think those that I did on positional chess and strategy, definitely. I think looking back, number 52, most people who have been over it, they really like it. That's one that really always stands out. So maybe that one. Okay, so do we got any funny moves here? No. Bishop e5 and then funny moves? Nope. Going back, we lose the knight. Okay, maybe this is what you're after. Maybe 96. 96. What? Yep. Maybe 96. There you go. All right. Yeah, but you could put yourself in uncomfortable situations for no reason. We had a saying in Cuba. I don't know how I can translate it. It's not gonna rhyme or anything, but it's like if you play out of need, out of necessity, because you need to win, you will lose by obligation or something like that. So in other words, if you're going there to gamble because you really need the money, you need to win, you're already destined to lose, something like that. So do it if it's fun. I used to play, the most that I've done is when I was in college, I used to play poker. But I would just play there. I would go there for a little bit, and I wouldn't go that often. And the main reason why I stopped going was because after a while, I'll go there, and it will be the same people telling the same stories, and I just didn't like the environment anymore. Nothing dangerous or anything like that. One day I was sitting there, I'm like, what am I doing here? And I just didn't go back. I'll go like from time to time. I haven't been in a while, but not anymore. Okay, this I saw. I'm gonna take you, and then I'm gonna take you. Oof, be present. Just definitely spend time with them and be present. Absolutely. Have fun. Just have fun. Okay, I could take and you take. Do I want to keep the pair of bishops or do I want to simplify? Am I up a pawn? I'm up a pawn. Oh, yeah. I'm up a pawn. I don't know if this is going to be good. Nah, maybe not. It doesn't have to be. I don't think, again, it worked for me when I was a beginner. I think it comes down to the general advice, which is start with e4, e5s. We don't see a lot of d4s, but then if d4, you're expected as a beginner to just play d5 and just play chess. So the King's Indian, you got to understand more chess, more attacks, and so on. But you could make it simple. All right, this, what do we get out of it? What do we get out of it? I think I'd rather develop with a tempo. Now, look, I've been there myself. And every game you've lost because of that has put you closer to getting really good at it. It's just the way it is. You're learning from it. At least you're aware of the problem that you have. Now you just gotta keep working on it. Remind yourself, okay, I got to a comfortable position. I gotta be objective. Don't risk anything if it's not necessary. And it happened to me finally after losing so many games, especially against grandmasters, where I'm better or equal, and then they're like, I'm gonna wait for you to make a mistake, and I make the mistake. In January, the latest tournament I played, I'm playing this grandmaster, and I'm thinking, no, my friend, not this time. And I really was aware. I was on top of my game until the end, move number 50 something, and it was a draw. And he kept fighting until the end. He was a drawn end game. He kept pushing, and that was it. All right, I'm gonna take a mappa pawn. Time flies, my friend. My daughter is already, she's gonna be 2 next month, and she's already talking everything. She talks and she's running. She's like a teenager. And we look at her and we're like, what? When? And that's how it is. And yeah, time doesn't come back. It just doesn't come back. mm, 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 mm. Yeah, that's okay. We keep simplifying the game. I'm up a pawn. No, definitely no. It was water in Spanish. All right. Mm, 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 mm. All right. Simplification, that's it. Now, a lot of my beginner students, inevitably they pick an opening, and I just want them to know the first 5, 6 moves. That's it. Just and not for every variation, just the first 5, 6 moves for them to get their pieces developed and castle and so on. And then the rest, they got to figure it out. And then as they get more experienced, as they play more games and they lose or win and then review, they learn a little bit more. Or as they review games, but you shouldn't worry too much about it. All right, rook endgame. We got an extra pawn, which is this one, by the way. The main thing in my mind when I get to a rook endgame is whoever has the most active pieces should win. Active rook already. I gotta activate the king. Or maybe this way. Now c5, I don't think I care about that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. What do I want to go with my king? Yeah, I think I want to go here. Well, I have no rush, my friend. I could be here the entire game, and my opponent has to demonstrate he knows how to defend this. All right. Which one? Which one? Hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully it's worth it. Okay, now you want to play c5. I guess you want to play c5. What if I play c5? Yeah, I'm going to play c5. That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't think you're going to get... I don't think it's the best thing to do as a beginner. I don't think so. The way I see it, d5 or king f6. The way I see it, it's like when I was in Cuba, I was for the last 2 years or so, I was in this school that was for athletes, right? So I was doing my chess, nothing crazy, but we had the best athletes in the country for every other sport, like boxing or wrestling or judo or baseball. And I love to go to the area where they would train wrestling. And I was like, man, that's so cool. And I think I could do it. And I would see it and I'm like, I can do that and I can do that. And then sometimes with my friends, we'd try to do some of the things and we were not even close. And it's not the same thing. You could see Nakamura doing all of those amazing things he does. But if you don't actually do it yourself, you're not going to get it. And I don't think Nakamura even trains like that. He does it for entertainment and content creation, but that's not going to be your training. I think you have to really put in the work, do the tactics. Yeah, sure. If you have time or maybe you want to relax, you might just do that. And you always learn something. Don't get me wrong. But I think you're going to get more from actually working, struggling, doing the tactics and so on. But I guess we'll never know. All right. Is it time for you, my friend? Maybe not. Right, again, active king and active rook. I'm not thinking of anything else. Is this enough? No idea. No idea. All right. Cha 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 cha. All right, doubled pawns, weak, isolated, isolated. All right. Now, I think we're gonna go after this one. Cha, 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 cha. Mm-mm. Let me go back. Again, I'm not afraid. Even if I have to go back up, I will do it. But I don't need to give him anything. I was thinking of just letting them take the pawn, rook a2, they go to e7. All right, give me that pawn. He probably has to go back up. Okay. I could give it to you, my friend. Cha, 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 cha. No, I'm gonna take here. Take it. That's it. This is gonna be 3 connected pass pawns. King is cut off. That's it. That's it. All right, guys. I'm going to leave it here like always. There's no way I can play all of you, but thank you for being here. Try to come over to ask questions or learn from these horrible games. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it here. Yeah, it's difficult. If you're the one defending, being the one attacking is easy. Being the one defending is a different story. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Rook on 7th rank. Nothing we don't know already. You know, I used to do it on Lee Chess, but then I'm doing Chessable for my opening. So even I paid the pro membership, and even the lines that I used to play, they don't come from a course, right? I didn't buy it, but the ones that I had on Lee Chess, I imported them onto Chessable, and I get to use the move trainer. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Good game, good game. Thank you, guys. Be safe. I'll see you. I don't know if tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, but I'll see you soon, okay? Be safe. End of it. We've been here for 2 hours. 2 hours.